Hello everyone, I'm Candy from Susan's family. Today, let me show you how to crochet this Blossom Season cardigan from the Retro Nostalgia series. The electronic tutorial for this product can be found on our website. Just search for en.sussudiy.com to access it. This product consists of the back piece, the front piece, overall edging, the sleeves and the ties. First, crochet the back piece and the front piece, and sew them together. Once done, edging around the front band and the bottom edge. Finally, crochet and assemble the sleeves. After that, crochet the ties and assemble them. This product comes in 2 sizes, and the crochet method is the same for both. The only difference is in the number of the rows and stitches. Now, I'll use the small size as an example to demonstrate. Differences in sizes will be explained separately. Start by learning the back piece. Begin with the foundation chains. Crochet back and forth in rows. Begin from the underarm. Crochet a few rows without increasing or decreasing. Then, increase stitches on one side to form the armhole. Next, work chains to extend and increase stitches. Then crochet evenly to form the shoulders. When complete, leave a section unworked on this side to form the neckline. Then work chains again to increase stitches. And crochet the shoulder and the underarm section symmetrically. Several stitches are required. All of them are indicated in the chart. I won't list them one by one. Let me demonstrate for you. Take out the yarn. Let's begin row 1. Note that actual segment dyed yarn has multiple color segments. If we begin with different colors, the effect of the finished product will be different as well. You can refer to the finished product or follow your own preference. Choose the corresponding color segment to start crocheting. To make it clear to see, I will use other yarn for the demonstration. The colors are random. For specific yarn details, color schemes, and hook sizes, please refer to the detail page of our product and the paper pattern. First, begin with the required number of chains. Make a slip knot. Hook into the loop. Adjust the loop size. Work the foundation chains. Casting on is complete. Move on to row 1. Work this row on the wrong side. Read the pattern from left to right. Chain 3 to begin. Count them as 1 double crochet. Begin working from the 5th to last chain. Hook into the back ridge of the chains. This is the strand on the back of the chain. Work double crochets evenly. This completes row 1. Move on to row 2. Work this row on the right side. Read the pattern from right to left. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Them correspond to the first double crochet below. Then start working from the second stitch. Work double crochets into the stitches. Note that here we have turned the fabric, so the stitches are on the upper left. Work all the way down to the second to last stitch. Once completed, work the last stitch. This stitch should be worked into the turning chain of the previous row. Work into the 2 strands of the third chain from the turning chain. This completes row 2. Move on to row 3. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the fabric. Work single crochets evenly into the stitches below. The turn chain for the single crochet does not count as one stitch. The final stitch should be worked into the third chain from row 2's turning chain. This completes row 3. Move on to row 4. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Next, follow the pattern to work on your own. Remember to chain 1 between the single crochet and the double crochet. After completing row 4, move on to row 5. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Work a DC3 in 1 into the left single crochet. The DC3 in 1 means to work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Next, follow the pattern to work DC3 in 1 into each single crochet. Continue all the way until there is 1 single crochet left. When done, work a DC2 in 1 into the final single crochet. The DC2 in 1 means to work 2 double crochets into the same placement. Finally, work 1 double crochet into the turning chain. Row 5 is complete. Move on to row 6. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the fabric. First, work single crochets evenly. Continue until you have 1 stitch left. When done, for the large size, we just work a single crochet into this final stitch. For small size, we need to work SC2 in 1 into this final stitch. SC2 in 1 means to work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. This completes row 6. Move on to row 7. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Then work a double crochet into the first single crochet below. Next, just follow the pattern to complete this row. When done, continue following the pattern to complete row 8 and row 9. Now move on to row 10. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. First, work the required number of double crochets evenly. When done, work a DC5 popcorn into the next stitch. First, work 5 double crochets into the same stitch. When done, enlarge the loop. Remove the hook. Hook into the first one of these 5 double crochets. The hook back to the loop. Draw the loop through. While drawing, use your middle finger to hold the back of the double crochets. In this way, the double crochets stand out. When done, chain 1 to secure. This completes the DC5 popcorn. We'll refer to it as the popcorn from now on. Continue to work the required number of double crochet on the left side. Then work a popcorn stitch. From here on, just follow the pattern to work. Keep working until you complete the DC3 in 1. When done, for the small size, we will extend with chains. For the large size, we need to work 2 more rows according to the pattern, then extend with chains. Note that for the large size, the first stitch in row 11 is SC2 in 1. SC2 in 1 means to work 2 single crochets into the same stitch. The extending method with chains is the same for both sides. Simply work the required number of chains. This completes the explanation for extending with chains. Now let's work row 11 of the small size. This corresponds to the pattern of row 13 in the large size. Chain 1 to begin. Turn the fabric. For the chains, hook into the back ridge. Work single crochets evenly. When done, work single crochets evenly into the stitches. This completes row 11 of the small size. When completed, follow the pattern to work 2 more rows for the small size. 1 row needs to work double crochets evenly. 1 row needs to work single crochets evenly. No need to work for the large size. When completed, move on to row 14 of the small size. This corresponds to row 14 of the large size. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Work a DC3 bobble into the second stitch on the left side. Yarn over. Hook into the stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over again. Pull through the first 2 loops. This completes 1 unclosed double crochet. Work 2 more unclosed double crochet into the same placement. When done, there are 4 loops on the hook now. Yarn over, pull through at once. This completes the DC3 bobble. We will refer to it as a bobble stitch from now on. Then chain 2 for transition. Skip 2 stitches below. Work a bobble stitch into the 3rd stitch. Next, follow the pattern to work the corresponding stitches. This completes row 14 of the small size. Move on to row 15. Chain 3 to begin. Turn the fabric. Then work into the chain space below. That means to pick up the whole chains to work. Work double crochets. Follow the pattern to work the required number of double crochets. Finally, work 2 double crochets into the turning chain. This completes row 15. Next, just follow the pattern to complete the remaining rows for the shoulder. When done, we need to decrease stitches on the left side for the back neckline. For the small size, we carry the yarn across to adjust the beginning placement. For the large size, just stop crocheting here. During the process, we will use DC2 tog. Now, let me demonstrate how to carry the yarn across and work the DC2 tog. Carrying yarn across is for adjusting the beginning placement. First, enlarge the loop. Then, pass the yarn ball, or the fabric through the loop. Slightly tighten the yarn tail. Follow the pattern to locate the corresponding placement. Hook into and draw the yarn through. Note that do not carry the yarn across too tightly or too loosely. Keep the fabric flat. This way, we adjust the beginning placement. And this is how to carry the yarn across. Now, I use this sample to demonstrate how to work DC2 tog. First, into the left 2 stitches. Work 1 unclosed double crochet into each. After that, yarn over and pull through all loops. This completes the DC2 tog. Next, just follow the pattern to work evenly. Complete the remaining few rows for the neckline. Once completed, extend with chains for the other shoulder. Then extending method is the same as before. But the number of stitches is different. For the large size, we will use half double crochets. Let me demonstrate for you. Now I use this sample to demonstrate the half double crochet. Yarn over once. Hook into the stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over again. Pull through all loops at once. This completes the half double crochet. After completing the shoulder, break the yarn. Then join the yarn again for the other underarm section. I will demonstrate with this sample. After completing the other shoulder, break the yarn. Then join the yarn again for the other underarm section. First, follow the pattern to locate the joining placement. Hook into this stitch. Then take out the yarn. Make a slip knot. Draw the loop through. Adjust the loop size. This is how to join the yarn. When done, follow the pattern to work the underarm section. During the process, we will decrease stitches on the left side for the armhole. And there are several new stitches involved. One of them is DC3 tog. Also for the large size, we will use SC2 tog. This stitch will also use for the front piece of the small size. Watch the demonstrate first. Then refer to the pattern to work. Let me demonstrate how to work SC2 tog. First, work 1 unclosed single crochet into the joining placement. Hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. This completes the unclosed single crochet. Work another unclosed single crochet into the left stitch. Then yarn over. Pull through all loops at once. The SC2 tog is complete. Next, let's learn how to work DC3 tog. First, into the left stitches, work 3 unclosed double crochets correspondingly. Now there are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through at once. This completes the DC3 tog. Next, follow the pattern to complete the remaining part. Up to this point, our tutorial for the back piece is complete. Next, let's learn about the front piece. The front piece is divided into the left front piece and the right front piece. After completing, sew them onto the corresponding placement of the back piece. First, let's learn about the right front piece. It is divided into motifs. Section 1 and Section 2. First, crochet the motifs and sew them together. Then, work Section 1 and section on the base of the motifs. First, let's learn how to crochet the motif. The motif begin with the chain ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. After crocheting the motifs, sew the motifs together. The new stitches includes treble crochets and slip stitches. Let me demonstrate for you. Take out the yarn. First, chain 4. Then, slip stitch into 2 strands of the first chain to join. Note, do not twist the chains. The slip stitch can be not tightened. Now the chain ring is complete. Move on to round 1. Chain 3 to begin. Count them as 1 double crochet. Then, work 2 double crochets into the chain ring. After that, chain 3 for transition. Continue with 3 double crochets into the chain ring. We consider 3 chains and 3 double crochets as one group. Repeat 2 more group in this round. After that, chain 1. Finally, work 1/2 double crochet into 2 strands of the third chain from the beginning chain. This completes round 1. You can weave in the excess yarn tail, or you can trim it off. Move on to round 2. Chain 1 to begin. Into the chain space below, work 1 single crochet. And 1/2 double crochet. Then work 1 double crochet into the beginning chain on the left side. After that, work 1 double crochet into the left stitch. Into the same stitch, work 1 treble crochet. To work the treble crochet, we need to yarn over twice. Hook into the stitch. Yarn over and pull through. Now there are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Repeat this 3 times. The treble crochet is complete. Into the same placement, work 1 double crochet. After that, work 1 double crochet into the left stitch. Into the left chain space, work 1/2 double crochet. We consider the first single crochet to the current stitch as one group. Repeat 3 more group in this round. After that, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. Slightly tighten. Round 2 is complete. Move on to round 3. Chain 4 to begin. Count them as 1 treble crochet. Next, work 1 double crochet into the working placement of the slip stitch. Into the left stitches, work 2 double crochets. One half double crochet. 1 single crochet. 1/2 double crochet. 2 double crochets. We consider the second double crochet to the current stitch as one edge. When done, into the left single crochet, work 1 double crochet. And 1 treble crochet. Chain 2 for transition. Into the same placement, work 1 more treble crochet. And 1 double crochet. We consider these stitches in this single crochet as a corner. Repeat the edges and corners for the rest. Just refer to the pattern to complete this round. When done, slip stitch into 2 strands of the 4th chain from the beginning chain. Next, measure the dimensions of the motif. If there is a significant difference from the measurements on the pattern, it is suggested to adjust your tension, or switch your hook size and crochet again. Leave a 20 cm yarn tail at the end of the motif for sewing. This completes our tutorial for the motif. Follow the pattern and the demonstration to complete the remaining motifs. There is no need to leave yarn tail for sewing in the final motif. Now let's learn how to sew the motifs together. Take out 2 motifs. Place the motifs with their reserved yarn tail on the top. And place them one on top of the other. Make sure they're right sides facing upwards. Now thread the reserved yarn tail of the lower one into the sewing needle. Sew the two adjacent edges together with whip stitches. First, pass through the adjacent chain of this lower motif. Then pass through the corresponding chain on the top motif. Pull the yarn through. Next, skip one stitch unsewn. Sew the next stitch. You can also sew one stitch to another. Continue sewing until you reach the first chain at the left corner. When done, tie off and weave in the ends. Weave in the yarn ends on the wrong side. This completes sewing one motif. Follow this method to sew the remaining motifs. And refer to the pattern to arrange them. This completes our tutorial for sewing the motifs. Next, move on to section 1. We crochet this section on any one of the longer sides. Let me demonstrate for you. Place the sewn motifs with the wrong side facing us. Take out the yarn. Move to this rightmost motif. Into this chain space on the upper right, join the yarn. Chain 3 to begin. Count them as 1 double crochet. Next, work 1 double crochet into each of the stitches of this motif below. After completing, work 1 double crochet into the left chain space. For the following motifs, always work in this way. Then, work 1 double crochet into the joint between the motifs. followed with the required number of double crochets into the left motifs. Into the joints between the motifs, always work 1 double crochet. Next, just refer to the pattern to complete this row. This completes row 1 of section 1. Next, follow the pattern and work evenly to form the shoulder. After completing, work evenly on the left side. Decrease stitches on the right side to form the armhole. During the process, there are 2 new stitches required in the large size, HDC 3-in-1 and HDC 2-in-1. Let me demonstrate for you. Now I use this sample to demonstrate HDC 3-in-1. HDC 3-in-1 means that work 3 half double crochets into the same stitch. This completes the HDC 3-in-1. For the HDC 2-in-1, just work 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Now the HDC 2-in-1 is complete. Continue following this method. Refer to the pattern to complete section 1 of the right front piece. Next, let's move on to section 2. This is crocheted on the longer side of the motif. Please watch the demonstration. Continue placing the motifs with the wrong side facing us. The motifs is on the top. Section 1 is on the bottom. From right to left, find the corner of the second motif. Join the yarn at this treble crochet on the left side of the chain. Then chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet into the left stitch. Next, just follow the pattern to complete this row. This completes row 1 of section 2. Move on to row 2. First, carry the yarn across to adjust the beginning placement. Enlarge the loop. Thread the yarn ball through the loop. Tighten. Turn the fabric. Join the yarn at the second stitch. Next, follow the pattern to complete this row. Finally, work at SC2 tog. The complete row 2. For the next 2 rows, the required stitches and the method to carry the yarn across have been demonstrated before, so refer to the previous demonstration and the pattern to complete row 3 and row 4. I have already completed mine. Now move on to row 5. First, carry the yarn across to adjust the beginning placement. After completing, chain 3 to begin. Then work a DC2 tog. First, work 1 unclosed double crochet into the left stitch. After completing, work another 1 unclosed double crochet into this left single crochet. Then yarn over and pull through at once. The DC2 tog is complete. Continue working double crochet into this single crochet. For the small size, work 1 double crochet. For the large size, work 2 double crochet. After completing, follow the pattern to work until there is 1 single crochet left. After completing, into the next single crochet, work 1 double crochet first. Then work 1 unclosed double crochet into the same stitch. Skip 1 stitch. Work an unclosed double crochet into each of the left double crochet and the turning chain. After completing, yarn over, pull through all loops at once. This completes row 5. For the remaining rows, just follow the pattern to work. This completes section 2. And our tutorial for the right front piece is complete. Now let's learn about the left front piece. It is also divided into the motifs. Section 1 and Section 2. First, crochet the motifs and sew them together. Then place the motifs with the wrong side facing us. Work Section 1 and section on the base of the motifs. The crochet method is same as the right front piece. Follow the pattern to complete on your own. This completes our tutorial for the left front piece. Next, let's learn how to join the front piece and back piece. First, place the back piece with the side without bumps facing up. On this side of our left hand, place the right front piece. Place with the right side of the motifs facing up. On this right of our right hand, place the left front piece. Also make sure the right side of the motifs facing up. The left and right front pieces are distinguished based on how they are worn. After placing them correctly, join the final row of section 1 in the left front piece to row 1 of the back piece with single crochets. Do this on the wrong side? We can use yarn to secure the both sides and the middle placement temporarily. so that we wouldn't work crookedly. Then place the back piece facing us. We begin working at the right side. Hook into both fabrics to join the yarn. Now I use this sample to demonstrate the method. Hold the back piece facing us. Hook into both fabric at the same time. Complete joining the yarn. Work one single crochet into the same placement. Then skip one stitch and work one single crochet into the next stitch. The number of single crochets can be adjusted. Just make sure the fabric is flat and neat. Complete joining this edge on your own. Once completed, fasten off the yarn. Finally, remove the yarn tail we used for securing temporarily. This completes the joining method for this side. After joining this side, follow the same method to join the other side. Once completed, also join the shoulders. After that, the armholes are created. And this completes the joining. Next, let's move on to the overall edging. Begin working from the bottom of the back piece. Work along the bottom edge of the back piece, through the edge of the right front piece. The top edge of the back piece. And the edge of the left front piece. First, work round 1 with single crochets. If there is a row of double crochets, work 2 single crochets correspondingly. If there is a row of single crochets, just work 1 single crochet. For the stitches, just work single crochet evenly and correspondingly. The number of single crochets can be adjusted. Just make sure the fabric is flat and neat. After completing round 1, slip stitch into the first stitch to join. For round 2, just work 3 double crochets into each of the single crochets. For the final round, just work double crochets evenly and correspondingly. Follow the pattern to complete this round on your own. This completes our tutorial for the overall edging. Next, let's learn about the sleeves. The sleeves are divided into the main part and the edging. First, follow the pattern to complete the main part. After completing it, secure the sleeve to the armhole with single crochets. Then, join the both edges of the sleeves with single crochets. Then joint should under the arm. This way, the sleeve is formed. Finally, edging around the cuff. Just follow the pattern to complete on your own. This completes our tutorial for the sleeves. After completing it, let's learn how to crochet the ties. There are 2 ties in total. Here, we use 2 strands of yarn for crocheting. We will work the double chain rope. First, crochet a rope to the corresponding length. Then attach them to the cardigan. Let me demonstrate how to work the double chain rope. Please watch the demonstration. Now, I'll demonstrate how to work the double chain rope. At the beginning, leave a yarn tail 3 times the length of the finished tie. Hang the yarn with the left hand. Ensure the yarn tail hangs downwards. First, tie a knot. Place the yarn tail below from front to back on the hook. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through the 2 loops on your hook. The first stitch is complete. Again, place the yarn tail below from front to back on the hook. Continue crocheting. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Repeat the double chain rope until you reach the desired length. Leave a yarn tail and break the yarn. The yarn tail can be left longer for later sewing. After completing, thread the reserved yarn into a sewing needle. Sew the tie onto the junction of section and the edging. Approximately at this corner. Or you can adjust the placement according to your preference. There is no specific sewing method required, just make sure it's sewn securely. This completes our tutorial for the ties. Up to this point, our tutorial for this cardigan is complete. During the process, if you still have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out our customer service. Susan's family is here for you, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you next time.